What's happening, guys? Just wanted to share this with you guys. I got bored and, tried making myself a little formicarium. Don't laugh, but these are decorations for my daughter's birthday cake from this weekend. Little palm trees. She had a Rio cake. But anyways, I made this with plaster of Paris. And just, this is the same gravel and dirt and stuff that I found around the same area that I found the queen at. And I laid a bunch of this up top. You can see over here, the little white spot is the hole. It goes down inside. Nice long little tunnel that goes all the way through the little hill. And you can see that I had to patch it up and put a nice thicker spot right here because I tested it out and it just was not strong enough. That little spot was too skinny and it didn't hold up, and I wanted a longer tunnel coming out for the ants anyway. So, but yeah, I filled this up with dirt and rinsed it out. It's not the cleanest. There is a little bit of moisture in there right now. It'll probably clear up just a little bit more as soon as the condensation goes away, but I can actually see in there fairly well. This camera really doesn't do it justice. But yeah, here I have made like a little bit of a portal for my ants. Oop, I gotta be really careful. Slide that back on there the rest of the way. Ignore my hands. Don't forget, I work real hard, man. I'm a hard-working guy. This is the same colony that I recently moved out of the other test tube into this one because it needed a fresh test tube. And well, she actually has. I'll actually take this off for a second so you guys can see. But she has, in just the last couple days, got herself a couple more workers. So, I decided I wanted to put her in this, you can see the two yellow ones in there. Oh, they're orangers. They're helping the queen out right there. But there is a whole bunch of brood in there. There's probably between, I don't know, 15 and 20, like, maybe even more. Because I can see a bunch of little ones in there too. But they're all different stages, and it ain't gonna take too long, and she's gonna have herself a whole new nest going. It's gonna be fantastic. They're gonna take off. But then I'll hibernate her. As soon as she stops laying, I'll put her in hibernation. Put them all into hibernation in here. I'll probably put this in the refrigerator. This whole setup. But yeah, this is actually, it was really cheap to make, and I'm not knocking any of the guys, this isn't professional by all means. I have, formicariums from other places that I paid money and I thought they did really well. And I most certainly wouldn't even try to compare it to that. But, you can make something like this at home if you ain't got a lot of money. And I actually did just order a bunch of Tar Heel ant stuff. I got 2 atoms on the way. They're the A and type B. And I want to try them both out. This is the lid I made. I just put a little screen on there. And I used the mother-in-law's hot glue gun. She lives in my basement. So, it's not really my basement, but it's a cave. But yeah, she gave me some hot glue, and I used the gun and put on a piece of screen right there, and I drilled a hole out through the side. It's not the best hole, but I also have a cork. It's not cork actually, but it's rubber, and it fits in that hole pretty good. And yeah, it tears it up a little bit. So once I get the ants in there, I'll just stick this in there, and I'll probably not open it up again for ever, or until these colonies out of there at least. But it'll fit inside that hole right there, and it'll fill it up. But I tried doing some of the stuff that, you can't help but admire other people's work and want to do something similar. So I actually, I don't use like the sand that they use at Tar Heel Ants, but I put the dips in the ceiling the same as they do, or similar to what they do, because I do think it looks really neat. And a lot of this gravel is actually still loose, and I pretty much just took a little brush and brushed off most of the loose stuff, but I left a lot of stuff in there for them to kind of play with, and they can do what they want. And if I see that they're doing something with it, and it seems to be to their benefit, and it's not blocking my view, then I'll even add a little bit more dirt, like throw some in the corner or something, and see what they do with it. So you might want to fill it into gaps, and maybe they'd like something softer to put their brood on. But there's some pretty smooth places down there with the plaster, so they should be all right. But if you guys are curious, like this is this nest has been in the warmth, so it's got condensation on the window. But this colony, she's hiding behind there, but she's got some brood going too, and that are about to become workers as well, and she's living in there. I decided to go something smaller though with those atoms, and I also got the I forget what it's called. It's the little round one that they have that you could start a queen in. It's really similar to this, but it's a little bit smaller than this, and it's probably going to be a lot better looking than this. A talus is what it's called, and I got that on the way as well, with an aspirator and a God, what do you call it? The one of these things to help feed the creatures, because this I feel like she likes condensation over that's on this side, but it really still goes quite far this way. And I'd like to add a little bit more of a grade, and I think adding another air spot on the bottom would be great, and this will fit one of those right into it. So I'm going to get one of these and just not fill it with water, and I'm going to use it for a little bit of airflow, and that way she has a little bit of venting down there. And I think that will take care of that nest until it grows quite large. And I'm probably going to give this to my dad once it gets going, because I told him what I'm doing, and he's really excited about it, and he wants one. So I'm going to get it going and give him that. And then I got another one here, and then I'm going to be catching some more queens this summer. This got a really nice seal, so it ain't gonna let those ants out. There's a little rubber seal that goes all the way around, and you can just see it just makes contact barely all the way around. I checked, and there ain't no gaps. So when I first closed this, it had pressure on it, so I was like, I definitely have to put a vent on there, because I'll end up imploding the ants or something, or when I pull it off, I'll pull a vacuum and boil all their blood. I don't know. But I'm proud of it. I think it looks pretty cool. I would never have been able to do this without the ideas of a lot of the people on YouTube. So I just wanted to share it with you. I think it looks pretty cool, and I just want to show you could do something really easy like this. What I did was I put one layer of plaster at the bottom, all the way across the whole entire bottom. I did decorate it with some dirt right away, and that stick and some little rocks and stuff. And then I also did a little bit in the bottom here, below, down in here. And then I filled this all up with dirt, smashed it all down, and then I put a layer of plaster over it and let it dry. And then I had a straw go through there so that they can have a hole that comes out. So they have their hole. But hey guys, I'm going to catch y'all later. I'm going to cover these guys back up. I hear my daughter in the bedroom. She's supposed to be sleeping, and she is fussing, so I'm going to go comfort her and see if she needs a little bit of love, help her rest. Maybe she's having a nightmare. So thank you very much, guys, and please leave a comment. I love those things, man. So talk to you later. Bye.